we are in the lesson integers, right? In the last class we have seen some properties on integers, isn't it? Now we are going to move with the multiplication of integers. Okay, so in that multiplication of integers we have seen that when a positive integer is multiplied by a positive integer, we are going to get a positive integer only. Yes, positive multiplied with positive, we are going to get the product as positive integer only. Yes, and one negative, one positive, the answer is negative. Yes, if both are negative only, the answer is again positive. Yes, getting? Okay, so now we will go with the multiplication of positive integer, multiplication of positive integer with positive integer. So all these we have learned, but still let us take some example. Multiplication of positive integer with a positive integer. If you are taking 5 with 4, yes, 5 is a positive integer and 4 is again a positive integer. So 5 4s are, yes, of course it is 20. Yes, 3 7s are, yes, it is 21. 5 8 7s are, yes, what is 8 7s are? 8 7s are 56. So like this, if you take some positive integers, when you multiply a positive integer by another positive integer, the product what you are going to get is again a positive integer. Yes, so here it is clear that positive multiplied by a positive integer, the product is again a positive integer. Yes, is it clear? Okay, now we will go for multiplication of positive integer with a negative integer. Yes, with a negative integer. What happens when a positive integer is multiplied with a negative integer or negative integer is multiplied by a positive integer? So what will be the product? Yes, of course it is always negative. If positive is multiplied by negative or negative is multiplied by positive, the product is always negative only. Okay. Now I will take some example, positive with negative. Yes, 2 into minus 3. See, 2 3s are 6, plus into minus is minus. Yes, if we change this, yes, if it is minus 1 into 5, 1 5s are or 5 1s are 5, we know the commutative property. Yes, 5 1s are 5, plus into minus, that is minus into plus is minus. Yes, if we take 7 into minus 9, see, 7 into minus 9, what is 7 into minus 9? 7 9s are, yes, of course it is 63, minus only one negative sign is there, so put that negative sign. So if you observe all the three, how many negative signs are there? So in this first one only one negative sign, so answer is negative. One negative sign, answer is negative, and here one negative sign, answer is negative. So it is clear that when you multiply positive integer with negative integer, the product is always negative. Is it clear? Yes. Plus into plus is plus, minus into plus or plus into minus is always minus. Okay, so now let us go with the multiplication of negative integer with another negative integer. What happens when a negative integer is multiplied with a negative integer only? Yes, it is negative. See the spelling of negative, N-E-G-A-T-I-V-E. Don't write it as N-E-G-I, negative. It is negative, N-E-G-A. Okay, negative integer with a negative integer. Let us take an example. It is minus 3 into minus 5. See, both are negative integers here. Minus 3 and minus 5 both are negative integers. So 3 5s are, it is 15. 15, 1 5. 3 5s are 15. Both are negative sign, when you multiply negative integer with negative integer, the answer you are going to get, the product you are going to get is always a positive integer. Yes, minus into minus is plus, so it is 15. Don't write plus 15. If nothing is there, it is understood that it is always positive. Okay. Now, if it is 2 into minus 2 into minus 4, 2 4s are, it is 8, minus into minus is plus. Don't write plus 8, it is understood it is plus 8. If nothing is there, it is always positive. Yes, okay. If you are taking one more example, if you are taking minus 1 into minus 1, minus 1 into minus 1 is not 2, 1 into 1 is 1, minus into minus is plus. Yes, so here you observe that negative, if negative integer is multiplied by a negative integer, the answer you are going to get is always positive. Yes, minus into minus is plus. Okay, yes, it is clear. So now let us go with the multiplication, let us go with some properties. Yes, the properties of multiplication. We have learnt the properties of addition of integers. Yes, which are those? There we have learnt closure property, then commutative property, then associative property of addition and subtraction. Now we will go for multiplication of those properties. Yes, now properties. So first property we will consider the closure property. Closure property of multiplication. Closure property of multiplication. This is closure. C-L-O-S-U-R-E. Closure property of multiplication. We have seen that when we add two integers, the sum what you are going to get is again an integer. Yes, when we subtract two integers, the difference what we are going to get is again an integer, isn't it? So here, if we multiply two integers, whether it may be positive or negative, what product you are going to get? Is it a integer? Is it an integer? Let us see. Yes, if you take 5 into minus 4, yes, I am taking two integers, one positive and one negative. 5 4s it is 20, it is minus, only one integer is negative, so it is minus 20. Here if you observe, 5 into minus 4 gives us minus 20, where minus 20 is again an integer. Yes, if you are taking minus 3 into minus 1, yes, minus 3 into minus 1, 3 ones are 3, both are negative, so minus into minus is plus, the answer is 3, where 3 is again an integer. Yes, now if it is 8 into minus 9, 8 nines are, yes, of course it is 72, yes, it is carrying negative sign, only one integer is carrying negative sign, that is plus into minus is minus, so answer is minus 72, where minus 72 is again an integer. So it is clear that when we multiply two or more integers, the product what we are going to get is again an integer. Yes, so here we say that integers are closed under multiplication. Yes, integers, therefore integers are closed under, yes, integers are closed under multiplication. In general, what we can write? In general, for any two integers, in general, for any two integers, a and b, for any two integers a and b, it is a into b is equals to c, where a and b are two integers. Yes, we have seen that the closure property, yes, that is a into b is equals to c. When we multiply any two integers, the product what we are going to get is again an integer. Yes, this is about the closure property of multiplication. that is commutative property of multiplication. Okay, so now let us move with the commutative property of multiplication. What does this commutative property of multiplication says? Yes, we have seen that the commutative property of addition and commutative property of subtraction also we are seeing. Now this commutative property of multiplication, whether it holds good for integers or not. Let's see. Yes, the commutative property for addition was a plus b is equals to b plus a, and for subtraction a minus b is not equal to b minus a. Yes, then commutative property of multiplication, it should be a into b equal to b into a. Let us check whether a into b is equal to b into a or not. Okay, yes, here I want to consider two integers. Yes, 2 into minus 3. Yes, 2 into minus 3. See, two negative integers are, sorry, one positive and one negative integer is there. So answer is negative. Yes, 2 into 3 is 6. It is a is 2, b is minus 3. Now let me take b into a. b into a. Yes, minus into plus is minus. 3 twos are 6. It is clear that minus 6 is equals to minus 6. That implies 2 into minus 3 is equals to minus 3 into 2. Yes, we'll take one more example. Yes, this is the first one. And second example, any integers. Yes, if you are taking 4 into minus 5. Yes, 4 into minus 5, it is plus into minus is minus. 4 5s are 20. Now change their order. It is minus 5 into 4. Yes, minus into plus is minus. 5 4s are 20. Yes, of course, minus 20 is equals to minus 20. That implies 4 into minus 5 is equals to minus 5 into 4. Yes, so it is clear that, what it is clear? It is clear that for any two integers a and b, a into b is equals to b into a. Yes, so here it is. We conclude that multiplication is commutative for integers. Yes, so let me write multiplication is commutative for integers. Multiplication is commutative for integers for any two integers. In general, for any two integers a and b, for any two integers a and b, a into b is equals to b into a. Yes, for any two integers a and b, a into b is equals to b into a, where a and b are any two integers, whether they may be positive or negative. A into b is equals to b into a. Is it clear? Yes. So this is about commutative property of multiplication. Yes. Yesterday one girl called me asking about the commutative property of subtraction. There we have seen that subtraction is not commutative for integers. Yes, that is what a minus b is not equal to b minus a. Do you remember? A minus b is not equal to b minus a. Her question Okay? Yes? Okay. So now, let us go for the next property, that is associative property of multiplication. Yes? What does associative property of multiplication says? Associative property of multiplication. What is associative property of multiplication? Yes, is multiplication associative for whole numbers? Yes, it was. Multiplication was associative for whole numbers. Addition was associative for integers. We have seen. Now let us check whether multiplication is associative for integers or not. Yes, here in this associative property, we should consider three integers. Yes, because here we are going to group the integers. Yes, as first two and in the next side second two. Yes, we'll take example. Let us consider three integers. Let us consider three integers as 3, -3, 2 and 4. Okay. So in this, if you are taking A as -3, B as 2 and C as 4. A -3, B 2, C 4. Okay. Now, let me group -3 and 2 once and later 2 and 4 once. Okay. -3 into 2 into 4 is equals to, see, according to Codemos rule, we have to solve the operation that is there in the bracket. Yes, these two are in the bracket. The operation is there here. Multiply. It is minus into plus is minus. 3 2s are 6. Yes, into 4. Yes, -6 into 4. It is of course minus into plus is minus. 6 4s are, it is 24. -24. Okay. Next one. Now change the groups. Yes. -3 into 2 into 4. See. -3 into 2 into 4. Now -3 is single term. Yes. Into 2 4s are, yes, it is 8. 2 4s are 8. Minus into plus is minus. 3 8s are, it is 24. -24 is equals to -24. This implies that -3 into 2 into 4 is equal to -3 into 2 into 4. Yes, see, into bracket -3 into 2 into 4 is equals to -3 into bracket 2 into 4. Yes, it is clear that whichever group you make, the product remains same. The product of this is -24 and the product of this RHS is also -24. Therefore, LHS is equals to RHS. So it is clear that multiplication is associative for integers. Yes, let me write. Multiplication is associative for integers. Yes, in general, what we can write? In general, for any three integers. Three integers, what you have considered here? A, B and C. A, B and C. Right here. A into B into C is equals to A into bracket B into C. Yes. So after writing this, you can write this. Okay. So A into B into C is equals to A into B into C. It's clear that we concluded that multiplication is associative for integers. Yes? Is it right? Are you getting this one? Okay. So based on this general statement, take some more problems and solve. Let's take your own numbers and check whether A into B into C is equals to A into B into C or not. I'll give some more questions to you later. Okay, so now let us go with the last subtopic of this multiplication, that is multiplicative identity. Okay, yes, before going for multiplicative identity, let us see the multiplication of three or more integers. Yes, multiplication of 3 or more integers. What is this multiplication of 3 or more integers? We have seen that the multiplication of two positive integers, multiplication of 3 or more integers, I will consider only negative integers. 3 or more negative integers. Okay. Yes, I will write here 3 or more negative integers. Yes. If you multiply two positive integers, the answer you are going to get is again a positive integer. Right? If you multiply three positive integers, the answer you are going to get is again a positive integer. If you take four positive integers, answer is positive. If you take 10 positive integers, the product is again a positive integer. But if you are taking two negative integers, the answer is positive. Then if you are taking three negative integers, what happens? If you are taking more than 3, let us see. Yes. Consider minus 1 into minus 3. Yes. Minus 1 into minus 3, that is, I consider two negative integers. Okay. Then minus 2 into minus 3 into minus 1. Yes. Minus 2 into minus 1 into minus 3 into minus 4. Yes. We change it. 2 into minus 1 into minus 2 into 3. Yes. Now 2 into minus 3 into 1 into 4. Yes. Let us check their answers. What the answer we are going to get? Let us see. Minus 1 into minus 3 is there. Yes. Minus into minus is plus, that we know already. Minus into minus is plus, 3 ones are 3. Yes. See now. How many negative integers are there? 3 are there. Minus into minus is plus, plus into minus is minus. So answer you are going to get is minus. 2 3s are 6, 6 into 1 is 6. Yes. Now, minus into minus is plus, plus into minus minus, minus into minus is plus. Yes, it is plus. Okay. 2 3s are 6, 6 4s are, yes, it is 24. No need to write plus here. Yes. Now, minus, see, plus into minus is minus, minus into minus is plus, plus into plus is plus, we are going to get positive. 2 2s are 4, 4 3s are 12, it is 12. Now here, plus into minus, minus, minus into plus, minus, minus into plus, minus. So answer is minus. 2 3s are 6, 6 4s are 24. Yes, answer you got here is minus 24. Yes, it was easy because only 2, 3, 4 integers were there. We can multiply minus into minus, plus, plus into minus, minus, minus into minus, plus. We can write. But if more number of negative integers are there, then how to get the answer? If 77 or 98 or more than 100 negative integers or it is including positive integers, then how to get the answer? Are we going to do the same procedure? No. Yes, it is not. We are not going to follow the same procedure. It's easy to get the answer. Yes, I'll say you how to get the answer. See now. How many negative integers were there? 2 negative integers are there. The answer you got is plus 2 here. Yes, when 2 is even. Yes. So when even number of negative signs were there, even number 1, 2. Don't take 3. It's not. It's 3 only. But we are considering only the negative signs. 2 negative signs were there. Where 2 is even, 2 negative signs were there. Therefore, the answer we got is positive. Yes, the answer is positive. See, 1 Yes. So let me write, if the number of negative signs is odd, then the product is, if the number of negative signs is odd, then the product is negative. Yes, then the product is negative. Odd. See here, this is odd because only one negative sign was there, and here also three negative signs were there, where 3 is odd. Now if the number of negative signs is even, then the product is positive. Yes, then the product is positive. Yes, if the number of negative signs is even, then the product is positive. Is it clear? If 56 negative signs are there, then the answer is positive, where 56 is even number. If 37 negative signs are there, then the answer is odd, because 37 is what? Odd number. Yes, getting? Okay, so next to this is the multiplicative identity. Okay. You see the multiplicative identity of whole numbers? Yes. What is the multiplicative identity of whole numbers? Yes, of course it is 1. Yes. The multiplicative identity for whole numbers is 1. Then what about multiplicative identity for integers? Yes, let us see. Multiplicative identity. Multiplicative identity. Yes. What does this multiplicative identity says? It says that when we multiply any integer with 1, the product you are going to get is the same integer. Yes, we have seen this for whole numbers also, isn't it? 1 is the multiplicative identity for whole numbers. Yes, now let us take some integers. Minus 3 into 1. Which minus 3 into 1? Yes, of course it is minus 3. If it is 5 into 1, 5 into 1 is 5. If I am taking minus 100 into 1, yes, of course it is minus 100. If you are taking 0 into 1, the product is again 0. Don't write plus 0. 0 is neither positive nor negative. It is neutral. Yes, 0 is neither positive nor negative. Don't write any sign for 0. It is neutral. Getting? So here when you observe, minus 3 into 1 is minus 3, 5 into 1 is 5, minus 100 into 1 is minus 100, 0 into 1 is 0. So here when you multiply any integer with 1, the product again you are going to get is the same integer. Yes, therefore 1 is called as the multiplicative identity for integers. Yes, so 1 is the multiplicative identity. Multiplicative identity of integers. Yes, one is the multiplicative identity of integers. Then what is the multiplicative identity for whole numbers? So, of course it is 1, because whole numbers are included in integers. Yes, 1 is the multiplicative identity, and which is the additive identity? 0 is the additive identity. Why 0 is only called as additive identity? Yes, because whichever integer you add to 0, the sum you are going to get is again the same integer. Yes, so this is the end of this multiplication, and next we will move for some other subtopics. I think after this multiplicative identity exercise is there, go through with that exercise, solve all the problems. If you have any doubt, you can come to school at any time. At any time in the sense morning 10 to 1:30. Yes, morning 10 to 1:30 at noon. Okay, you can come to school and you can ask us. Getting? Then solve the exercises. seen that you people are not doing good in your academics. I'm very strict in this. Whichever problem you have, whichever subject it is, whatever problem you have, come to school and ask the teachers. We are always for you only. Yes? Are you getting? Read at home. Books are there with you. Solve all the problems, solve all the question answers that are given in other books also. Read the books. Books are there with you. We are not there with you, but still books are there with you. Yes? All the best. Thank you.